What's going on, family? This is my review for Raising Kanan Season 3, Episode 7. If this your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, check out the other content, click that like button. Now, man, this one was rough, man. It was a lot of scenes in this one that really touched me. The scene with Gerald, the scene with Uncle Lulu and his mom, the other scene with Uncle Lulu and Uncle Marvin when they took out Scrappy mom. That was just like, dog, these dudes so grimy, man. Uncle Lulu is really messed up. And it really make me look at the character different. But we're gonna get into all that. Of course, you had other details that's gonna lead into the next episode, But I gotta start with Gerald leaving them kids in the car, man. That really reminded me of different things in my childhood. He's shooting up, then forgot about the kids. It's cold outside. You know how cold it get in New York in the wintertime? Like, they just sitting in the car. I'm like, yo, what's going on? At first, I didn't know where Uncle Marvin was at. I'm like, yo, is Jukebox in the car with one of her, uh, you know, people she singing with or something? They're not kissing or something. I didn't know what was going on. And then he pull out these two girls, and I'm like, oh, he at Gerald house. This dude shooting up. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then the big crazy part is how functional he be when he be out. Like, you done seen Uncle Marvin and him at the restaurant eating together. They done been at the park, all type of stuff. He be functional. You done seen him at his workplace. But it goes to show it's so many people like that that's functional. But when they go home, they on dope. When they go home, they drinking too much, like Uncle Lulu. So you never know what people going through. And the sad thing is, we about to go through another generation of people like that. It ain't gonna be crack or heroin this time. It's gonna be these little dudes out here on the syrup and the pills and the opioids we already kind of going through it now. But I think it's gonna get even worse. All of these Lil Wayne babies, the Wheezy babies, everybody that was influenced by Lil Wayne, that went and dyed their hair when they was younger, the little tip of their dreads, they went and got dummy tattoos on their face and their neck. These are the little dudes that's gonna be out here on dope, strung out, man. You know, Wheezy never had no effect on me because I knew you can't be listening and trusting a dope fiend. When he said I'm a pill popping animal, syrup sipping, y'all like that. I said, man, this dude goofy. He could rap good, but he a dope fiend. And he glorifying being a dope fiend. But, nevertheless, that scene just touched me, man, but I ain't gonna, harp on it too long. Another thing that really touched me was when Uncle Lulu mom came to him and asked for money. Ah, man. Can you relate? See, that's the part that people don't really talk about that really hurt the community the most. When you have parents that ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. And when you have the women that's not married. I know they father passed away, right? But when that happens early, or, the women never get married, people don't really talk about it. But they put so much stress on their nieces, their nephews, their moms, their dads, their sons, their daughters. See, the dad don't put that much stress because dudes look at, hey, you a man. You got to figure out how to get it. People ain't going to be just taking care of no dude like that. That dude going to hit the floor. He going to be homeless. All right. But women, they put a lot of stress and people don't talk about that. It don't supposed to go like that. But oftentimes, I know in our community, it go like that. Where they be super entitled because of who they are. And it's different when grandma and grandpa, they get real old and one of them pass away. You understand that. But when a person be 40, 50, you like 60, they still young. That's young. 40, 50, and 60, that's young. and they be putting all this pressure on the youth. It just ain't right, man. So seeing that is just like, come on, man. And that leads Uncle Lulu. He already drinking. He drinking even some more after he see her. And watching him take out Scrappy Mom, that just really changed my thoughts on Uncle Lulu, man. Because you doing all this, blaming the rock. You drinking and you blaming everybody, bruh. You definitely didn't go have to take out Scrappy Mom, but you shouldn't have went there in the first place. But you did. And then at the ending scene, they show Scrappy in the window. I say, man, it's a cold game. And I love the music that they chose after that. The music was fire that they chose after that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know what that song was called, who was singing it. But that song was fire. So I like that, but that scene was just wild because it's like, dog, you've been doing all this crying and complaining, and you take out Scrappy's mom. Boy, that's crazy. And Uncle Lulu looked so bad walking back. Like after he did it, when he was walking back, I'm like, man, he on his last leg. He walking like he got shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, what's going on with Uncle Lulu, man? He really falling off. You know, it was dope to see Uncle Marvin doing real good. Like always, he even taking care of Gerald. I'm like, okay, Uncle Marvin just be on his square all the way. The problem with Uncle Marvin is Ra talking all crazy to Howard. She couldn't get the scoop like she was supposed to. They looking for Uncle Marvin. They gonna be on Uncle Marvin. Task Force steady asking about him. Howard probably would have told Ra that when he told Ra about Scrappy, but she got that mouth on her. And she just talking recklessly. Like, yo, don't remember who I am. You know, she bring up some dirt she got on him. He like, oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to keep this other bit of information to myself. That was pivotal. That's going to be pivotal going forward. Because if he would have told her, that could have alerted her, like, okay, maybe Marvin need to lay low a little bit, something like. But nah, he ain't say nothing. So she ain't going to know about that. Now, Howard gonna have his own separate problems though, because even though he didn't got accepted or almost accepted to the narcotics unit, they doing like not an investigation on him, but they trying to get him the proper clearance and stuff so he could get over there. So people gonna be doing research on him. Then you got Captain Burke. He really looking at Howard like, yo, maybe he into something. Aldina didn't tell him nothing, but he thinking that in his mind. You got all these other cops that's gonna be thinking that, especially when Scrappy Mom come up knocked off. Because she literally walked in there. She was gonna talk to the other guy. Howard steps up, talk to her. Now she gets knocked off. So people gonna start really looking at Howard. Like, yo, maybe this guy got a lot to do with a lot. And to be real, I think the people that's working on that task force already looking at him. So he gonna have big problems with that himself. Now, other things I like that happened in the episode, one, Famous not getting beat down, Famous not getting knocked off. He was able to get up out of there. Kanan stepped up to let Ronnie know, like, hey, don't take it too far. You know what I'm saying? And he played the tough guy role, but he really stepped up to help Famous. You could kind of see it on his face when he was behind Ronnie, like, all right now, Ronnie, don't knock Famous off in this apartment. You know, you already scared the mess out of Paul. Paul done peed on himself in there. I'm like, dang, they got Paul trapped, man. But they let Paul leave. Then Famous didn't get his stuff quick enough. I'm like, let's go, Famous. Let's go. Let's get it. Come on, man. Get your stuff. You see, he grabbed the little pea shooter he had behind the thing. I thought he was gonna put it on him. It would have been good if he'd have put it on him, just in case Ronnie would have started tripping. You know, but he had it in his bag, and Kanan ended up saving him. I like that. And he was able to go home, you know. Hopefully his career pop off. Hopefully he don't get into no more stuff. But most likely he will, since he took the gun with him. Now we gotta go back to Ronnie, man. Ronnie is a wild boy. Not only was he there when Jukebox came over, he seen Jukebox and Kanan go back and forth. He like, yo, I could take care of her for you. Kanan like, dog, leave my family alone. Remember, I made the video saying Kanan was going to knock off Ronnie. People still saying Ronnie Breeze. Maybe Ronnie is. I do not think Ronnie Breeze. I still don't think Ronnie is Breeze, man. And I still think Kanan going to knock him off. I think that'd be the perfect person for Kanan to knock off. But you see Jukebox, she didn't let Rod know about that whole situation. Well, I think Rod gonna find out some more information because Ronnie gets caught with Juliana by Unique's baby mom. So this is a person that knows about them. She might go back and say something to Rod and let Rod know that. Rod might go to Joaquin and tell him and then get the go ahead to knock off Juliana. We know she will knock off Juliana. I made that video and I made it almost 3 days ago. All right, that's where everybody's getting it from Facebook to it's other people making videos. It's all right. I give to the game for people to take away. All right, I already know where they got it from though. Now it is crazy people saying they found it in their edits just like I did, but it's all good, But that will happen. And that was the last big thing from this episode. You also had Kanan being a player. He was talking to Aisha, told her to catch the train home. He a young dude. It's why, I mentor like younger girls too, and I always try to tell them like, yo, you need to wait before you be dealing with dudes, man, because when dudes are young, come on now, straight savage. So she really shouldn't be dealing with nobody at her age, right? But Kanan sent her home on the train, like, yo, you can find your way back. And then he goes and gets with the other girl in Jukebox group, which Jukebox definitely don't like her, but, he doing his thing with everybody in her group, So I'm sure she ain't gonna like that, on top of the fact she don't like that he already dealing with Ronnie. But besides that, you also had Ra really, getting back into the game. And I hate to say this, but Ra is just like much smarter than Unique, man. Unique had the same connect Ra had, but he wasn't thinking big time at all. Ra get this connect. Bradley got the connect. He tells her, yo, I'm going to give you 2 months. She goes to this other place, and now she about to have a string. And I mean a string of these Asian spots where she going to be moving stuff through. So she thinking big time, So that was dope. My favorite scene, it gotta be the ending scene. That scene was fire, and it went straight into that music. The music was fire. So that was probably my favorite scene with Uncle Lulu taking out Scrappy Mom. Sad scene, but that probably was the best scene. You also had the scene with Ronnie and Famous and Ronnie and Paul at the beginning. That was pretty dope too, man. But y'all let me know, what did you think about this episode, and who's the next big person you think gonna get knocked off? As always, if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel, check out the other content, click that like button. Y'all be easy, be safe, peace.